On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people, and I want you to know we run them for anybody. I've often showed this video how little it takes to get to $1 million if you'd save $150 a month over a long period of time 35, 40, 45 years. We've seen that the 35 years, 100% of the time you make it to 500,000, 39% of the time you take it to a million. And people say, and I looked at the 40-year period, 97% of the time you get to a million. Again, we're using returns for the S&P 500 the last 100 years. 45-year period, 100% of the time you get to 1.5 million. Well, what's the problem with this? Not everybody's just starting out. They may not have 35, 40, or 45 years. So I want to run a scenario where somebody already has some saved up. They feel like they're behind. They're like 40, 41, 42, and they have like 65,000. Again, this is what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers for you. But say you're maybe 40, 42, and you have 25 years till you're going to reach full retirement age of 67 for Social Security. So you got 25 years, but you've got 65,000 saved up. You can save $325 a month. How often would you make it to $1 million when you're already halfway through your working career? You've been able to save up 65,000, you're saving 325 a month. Look at this, folks. 25-year column. This actually shows the graph for, I just picked a year random. This is 1929. This would be a bad decade, you'd think, to be starting out. But look where you ended up, because inevitably, if you can be in it for the long term, you're going to see these kind of graphs. But even if you don't have 40, 45 years, say you just have 25 years, I want you to notice here, folks, 76% of the time you'd make it to $1 million. That's color coded in green over here. 47% of the time, color coded in blue, you'd make it to 1.5 million. And 32% of the time, color coded in gold, you'd make it to $2 million. This is the worst case scenario. You would have put in 207,000 and you have 767,000 in the worst case scenario. That's 1924. Why? Because you were going along here really good. See it right here. This graph's for the 1924 years with the returns going forward, and it dropped for 4 straight years. Then it went up a little bit more, and then it dropped 1937. But you still ended up with how much after 25 years? $767,000. Folks, that's in the worst case scenario. You'd average not average, but the median in this column would be 1.276, and the best case scenario would be almost $5 million. That's what we do on this channel, folks. I don't want you to get discouraged if I show you this kind of a graph and saying, look what you could have saving just $150 a month. You'd have these kind of numbers after 40 and 45 years and say, well, I'm not there. I'm 42 years old. I'm 40 years old. We run numbers for everybody. We run it for 15 years, 25, 26 to 35 years, and then, of course, the 35 to 45 year column. But somebody that's already 40 years old, they want to know what their numbers are. And we will run them. For example, say you had 85,000 saved up. We'll go ahead and run those numbers. Say you could save, but you can only save $250 a month. We always allow for an increase in that each year because most people get raises. But let's just say you're at a state right now. You've been able to save 85,000, but you can only save $250 a month right now because kids are in college or whatever. Let's see with those numbers. I'm just showing you what we can do on this channel. We run all kinds of different scenarios. In this case, worst case scenario, you have 791,000. You notice that's actually better than the case we ran with $325 a month because you had $20,000 more because you already had 85 instead of 65,000. Even though you're only putting in $250 a month instead of 325, you actually, worst case scenario, and all the way through here, you'd be better off. 86% of the time you'd have $1 million, 49% of the time you have 1.5 million, 38% of the time you have over $2 million. Again, I talk fast, but there's so much I want to show you from any of these sheets. These sheets just have so much information, and I can only point out so few things on this, but the main thing is you want to see where you'd be if you're 42 years old. What's the worst case scenario? 791,000. And yet 86% of the time you'd have over $1 million. So don't despair because you don't have 40 or 45 years like I often run the numbers here. If you're, again, a little bit farther along in your working career, don't have more than 25 years, look at these kind of numbers. That's what we do on this channel. But again, if you want me to run numbers for you, give me your beginning balance, your monthly contribution, if you want to increase that each year, and we'll go ahead and run. It's best if we have at least 20 years. I really love it when I do have 25, 30, 35 years, because then the numbers can truly be mind-boggling. Please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking these videos. And if you're enjoying this, if these are much help, you can also buy me a coffee down below where it says thanks. But thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you that comments on these videos, because that helps the algorithm recognize the value of this channel and put it out to more people. And I want everybody to see these numbers, realizing that I will run numbers for anybody. Thanks for watching.